I'm back. I was doing a live stream and it was interrupted, which was really frustrating. I'm in Toronto, part of Project Livestream, created by the amazing Mel and Steve in the UK. And I'm here with like a bunch of amazing people. And we are outside a slaughterhouse in Toronto called St. Helens Quality Meat Packers. So I'm here with David, 40-year-old vegan, in the background.
It's crazy.
Doing his stuff.
So guys, get on board.
And today is today I'm promoting Veganuary, and you know, for the rest of January I'll be promoting that too. So let me turn around. And blue skies here in Toronto. Ha, this is interesting. Even someone's bag says go vegan. So even though vegans seem to be getting all the negative press, which is really disturbing for someone who's been vegan for like 30 odd years, what I suggest to you is go see for yourself. Sign up for Veganuary. Sign up at veganuary.com and see what impact us vegans have on the earth. We can save water, we can save... they've got some interesting chemical there, and it looks like a typo as well actually on the leaflet. Maybe something didn't translate really well. Carbon dioxide, and you can save animal lives too. Oh hey Alicia. I was, my connection dropped during the other live stream, which was really frustrating. Thanks for coming back to the live. Smash the like button. Thank you so much, Jake. Yes, unfortunately my connection dropped. So I'm saying, why are we hated so much as vegans? And especially when the reality is that animals... People say they love animals, don't they? But when confronted with the term vegan, they suddenly, I don't know, it seems to be all sense loses their brains, and then turn into repeating industry lies. And instead, they let their taste buds override their brains. And they go for the mere little taste sensation, which is literally then eating dead animal flesh from a disgusting place like this. So vegan is absolutely compassion. There's a truck coming in here. Probably a rendering truck or a skin truck ready to take all the skins. Oh, when you actually take some time to look into the industry and the filth and the suffering, yes, it's employing people, but so could employing people be with other industries. You know, Canada is like a great grower of legumes, funnily enough. You think Canada is snow and ice, but no, it has a really healthy growing system like lentils. And I think lentils and plant-based foods are the future, even cell-based foods. And instead, you've got this nasty industry which makes out that killing animals is normal. Or maybe it used to be normal. But what's not the circle of life and what's not normal is the way humans are now subjugating animals, confining them, making it dangerous, making viruses mutate on them. So you're now seeing inside a slaughterhouse. Would you like to work in here? You've got canisters of gas everywhere. You've got unsafe working conditions. You know, the fire authority needs to come here. I reported it to the fire authority one time. Yeah, of course they're going to close the door now. I've been inside this place. You'd be horrified. Corrosion of the metals, of the electrics, unsafe working conditions, people literally using blow torches on animal pieces. I filmed it all a few years back. Yes, the police were called. Yes, it's trespass. But they don't invite you in, do they? They don't say, hey, come and look inside. We have asked. We've asked the trucks to stop. We've asked to see inside. But no, they like to hide it away from the public. So instead of hating on vegans, why don't you turn the logic around, people, and hate on an industry that enslaves people and puts them in dangerous working conditions, puts them inside pig factories, has them doing terrible things to animals like chickens, like, you see the workers responsible for putting the little male chicks on a conveyor belt and having them ground up while they're still hardly 1 day old. There's just so much happening within the animal agriculture industry that is just so bloody wrong. And anyone who still supports it, unfortunately, is totally ignorant of what's going on. You've been duped by the happy animals. You've been duped by industry lobbyists lobbying government and telling us that it's all okay. And all the tax dollars going to subsidizing. Meanwhile, you've got Veganuary happening. It's really programming. Like, luckily, I escaped the matrix of eating animals way back in the early 90s. I joined an animal rights group, Rural Animal Rights, way back in the UK. And then I started campaigning because honestly, the things that humans do to animals, I mean, I'm learning new things all the time and it's just so disturbing. So now, instead, let's try and be kind to animals. Yeah, on here is a pictured piglet. Beautiful piglet, that which is now my new tattoo. I now have a tattoo. I'm part of the whole tattoo world. And my tattoo says, be kind, be vegan. So this little rescued piglet, you can look up Pig Trial 2. So that's hashtag Pig Trial 2. And you can see the footage from within a pig farm in Canada, which is absolutely horrendous. Like, pig factory. We need a new name for these places, don't we? Because they're deceiving the public. They're deceiving the public in the publications that they put out and the happy animals that they show. Thankfully, 6 piglets were rescued, living their life in a beautiful space now in various sanctuaries across Canada. And instead of being confined and ending up as bacon on your plate, this little piglet made it out of the matrix. The little goat is Lily the mother goat as well. Would you like a card? He's coming for his. Yeah, the goat is Lily the mother goat. She was rescued as well from a slaughterhouse, a halal slaughterhouse in Ontario. And again, I'm not against any particular group of people. I think slaughtering animals is bad in whatever system you use. The goat was rescued from halal, where they're not supposed to terrorize the animals, but we watch them as they're prodded, we watch them as they're pushed into a machine, as their head is pushed into a machine. And we're watched as they're terrified, as their head is forced up into a mechanical system of killing. The fox from a fur farm, Joanne MacArthur photographed. The chicken from a slaughterhouse in Toronto, which is closed down. There's a massive slaughterhouse for chickens now in London, in Canada. And honestly, whatever system you use to kill animals, they're all atrocious. I've seen the gas method. It's really difficult to find the gas method online. I've seen the method where they just put a whole tub of foam across turkeys, for example. And if you're hating on vegans, then you need instead, as I said, to hate on an industry that does these unspeakable things to animals. And then you can watch so many different documentaries which will have your eyes opened as well. You can watch Dairy Disclosed, which is by Mike the Vegan, and he's basically narrating it from a sanctuary, and every so often he'll go and he'll hug a cow. So it's easy watching, even though he's talking about difficult subjects. You've got another dairy one made for the like Eastern Asian audience, but it's in English too, McAdoo. You've got the Game Changers, the Invisible Vegan, Seaspiracy, Real Fur Film, Slay Film, Forks Over Knives, and you know the mother of them all, Watch Dominion, because that is just basically all the industries exposed, all the awful things, and Challenge 22. In Toronto, we're very lucky. We've got Wishbone Animal Rights Lab on the bottom right-hand corner of this. We've got an animal rights centre. So come to Toronto. There's so many reasons. Take Challenge 22. Thanks so much, Ms. Teaspoon, aka Alicia. Thanks so much for putting all this in the chat too. So many reasons to not hate on vegans, and so many reasons to have your eyes opened and start hating on an industry that is lying to you. You know, I have a criminal trial coming up in May in Toronto, May 11th to May 14th, just for trying to protest inside a massive exhibition called the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto. And there, they've got pigs nestling in beautiful conditions, primped and primed to look cute for the public. Whereas in reality, we know that the pigs are in misery. Yeah, we've got a worker here, not enjoying being filmed. Whatever. sir, you're working in an industry that is just killing sentient beings who don't want to die. So this is today part of Project Livestream across the world, started by Mel and Steve. Massive thanks to Mel and Steve for creating this campaign, encouraging people to get onto YouTube, get yourself an account, get yourself 50 subscribers, they'll help. Go live outside a place that abuses animals, and you too could be letting the world come to you and have you exposing the horrors that are happening. And behind that guy, big slab of animal flesh. Quality, which is absolute nonsense. It's like an oxymoron. Because we see them arriving. We see the cows arriving, covered in their own feces. The truck awash with urine. It's just absolute nightmare. Let's join some of the other activists. Hey guys, I got my live stream up and running again.
Awesome.
You want to say hello?
Hi everybody.
This is Pira.
It's me, Pira. Yeah, we're out. I haven't been to a vigil in like 2 years, but we're just trying to show what's happening. It happens all over the world, but for some reason it's happening in this city, in this neighborhood, more scenic, but definitely shouldn't be happening, and millions of animals are killed just for needless reasons. Eating food when we have other alternatives. And if you could be here today, the smell is absolutely disgusting. That's why I'm wearing a mask right now.
Yes.
And you can see the cows in the trucks. It's absolutely terrified. I can hear a lot of them moving, trying to escape. I wish we could help them escape, but the reason they're here is because people pay for this to happen. Every time you're at the grocery store or at any restaurant, non-vegan restaurant, you guys are paying for this to happen. And not a lot of people know this is happening. Usually it's happening in rural areas, out of eye.
Yeah.
Here,
right downtown in Toronto.
We're in Toronto today, and there's slaughterhouses here, and we're trying to expose it to the public. So everyone should know about this. This is absolutely unexcusable, and especially in 2026. These animals have done nothing to harm us. And yeah, we're just out here, a lot of amazing people that truly care and want everyone to care about animals, just like our dogs and cats at home, yeah.
I kind of titled this live stream, "Why Are People Hating on Vegans?" And like, it's crazy, isn't it? Because they don't realize what the industry is doing, like how they're hating on animals, and yet media takes delight in featuring veganism in a negative way sometimes. Doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I think it's their guilt that eats them up inside.
Yes,
yes. Cognitive dissonance. They love cats and dogs, but when we challenge and make them think about pigs, chickens, and cows, it targets what they're contributing to. Their actions contribute to these harms. So there's a lot of guilt there that I think is shared by so many people, and they're like projecting it towards us. We're trying to do the best thing. But,
thank you.
But thank you, Jenny, for being
here. Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
So other activists we've got here, 40-year-old vegan is here live streaming, holding the sign, killed for their milk. He's with Jarina, beautiful activist. She's actually a nurse, she's a head nurse for oncology. We've got Agnes here, videographer, photographer. That's my partner Peter. We've got Neetha, got Louise, who's been vegan decades too, and Mary. Mary Sylvester is a great photographer now as well. I'm not sure we're going to see any more trucks. Exactly. Yes, Alicia, she's oncology. So when people are screaming at us, get a job, you know what? You can kind of list out all the amazing things that people do. I did that one time. We had a lawyer with us, we had a nurse, we had, you know, all sorts of people who've got really good jobs, and they can choose to be here as well. I wonder if that's a member of the public kind of walking along here. I'm going to try and give them a card. Hey mate, can I give you a card? It's all about being kind. Thank you so much. So you do get the odd member of the public coming up this street too. And I can't imagine having to work here. There's other industries on the street. I mean, fancy driving past, fancy opening your window, and you've got all these awful, awful stenches coming at you from the tannery at the end and from the slaughterhouse too. So yes, we're in Canada right now. You're joining us in Canada. And even though it's blue skies and sunshine, we're still covered in ice, pretty much. You can see there's a whole waterway happening there. And imagine, if you put yourself in the place of animals, imagine arriving at a place like this for your last few moments. I'm standing here and the stench is awful still, even though there's no cows right in front of me. Let's go and have a chat with Louise if we can.
Of another animal.
I'm joining the conversation. I'm on my live stream, and maybe Louise, you could talk about how way back you actually went inside this slaughterhouse.
Yes, I did. Many years ago, when I was a teen, I started an animal rights group in high school. I was in Toronto, and one of our goals was to come and visit the slaughterhouse. We didn't know then what we were going to do with that information, but we decided to reach out anyways, and they invited us to come in, and to our surprise and horror, they said yes.
Maybe you could speak a tiny bit louder.
Sorry.
Thanks so much, Alicia.
Yes, I'll never forget that day, and I did go inside with two other people, and they walked us through the whole process. They killed a cow right in front of us.
Oh my God.
Just a few feet from me, and I remember vividly that cow being in this box, looking at us and trying to jump out of the box. The cow was halfway inside of the box, coming towards us. And that day has never ever left my mind. And all these years later, I'm back here still trying to do something and expose what's happening to these cows.
My God, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you for it.
Thank you. Wow. If you could hear that story, that's Louise Jorgensen. She created an animal rights group after she was right here in this slaughterhouse, bearing witness. Another truck. not sure why he's going so far. Is it possible we're going to bear witness? I'm going to kind of get the speed up a little bit. Okay. I'm just going to pass David just quickly. I'm so sorry, babies. It makes it very difficult. Usually these bottom panels are accessible to us. I'm really not sure the logic of this guy driving along for so long. Is he going to stop for a second and let us actually... There we go. There we go. Hi, gorgeous. He's just driving back and forth, trying to make it difficult for us. Meanwhile, these gentle, gorgeous, sentient beings are just like suffering in the truck. I see you. It's difficult not to hold hate in your heart, honestly. If he wanted to, he could stop for like 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm walking along. Look at that gorgeous being. That beautiful, beautiful cow. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. Hi, gorgeous. I'm so sorry. I wish I could say it would be, your end would be on a field somewhere. You'd be taken to a green field. And instead, the guy is going to park God knows how long. And then let them suffer in the truck. So the only reason they parked in there is to keep away from the cameras, from us trying to tell the story. That's the only reason. So we're here in Toronto, in Canada, trying to bear witness. And all we can do is look through the barbed wire. Yeah, so he's going to park here now for the longest time because the slaughterhouse isn't currently accessible to him. And it's so, so disturbing. Every part of this industry is just nasty. I think I'm going to close this live stream down. I'll turn around for a second. And final words. Go vegan. That's it. Stop the misery of animals being killed for their flesh. Just evolve already. I mean, if I can do it back in the 90s, then anyone can do it. 35 years ago, it just was not something that was easy. But 35 years ago, I also knew that, you know what, it's the right thing to do. It really is. Actually, when I say I'm closing down, I may as well get the tannery on my live stream too, because I'm not too far from that. So we're going to walk along a little bit and we'll catch that as well. It's on the end of the road from the slaughterhouse. And the place is absolutely horrendous. It really is. Got slimy skins dripping around and all the stenches within. They keep the door open. They try and keep the door open all the time because the stench is so bad. And then when we come along, let me change this around. When we come along, they want to close the door. They feel like they have to close the door. Yeah, Rory's asking, am I British? I am. I am from Liverpool, UK. And I'm now living in Canada. I started my activism in the UK. In Liverpool. And then on the Wirral too, Wirral, which is just opposite Liverpool. And now I'm in Canada, so I'm filming from Toronto, which is the killing city of Toronto. Slaughterhouse right in the heart of the city, polluting the city, polluting the nearby water systems. Okay, so this is the building where the tannery is. There's a truck halfway in there, so the door is open. And this is the unassuming building here. All the buildings are just unassuming buildings. But when we look inside, there you go. That was closed the minute I tried to look inside. And here, they just do not want you to see inside. It's an industry that is based on secrecy and deceiving you. It really is. I can still get some kind of view inside here. You can't really see much, but behind all of that, you can basically see the working conditions, can't you? The horrendous working conditions. Yeah, why don't we create the Canadian National Exhibition inside that building? Let the public actually see what's going on. Let the kids smell and see the slimy skins in the tannery. Let them experience the unsafe working conditions. There's just so much to see. If you join Project Livestream and check the other videos as well that people are pushing out, then you will get to see the reality of what's going on in these places. It really is blood money. And many of us are facing jail now for revealing the truth, because animals are deemed property and things take place within closed walls, even places where you buy tickets. And if you try and expose the reality to the unsuspecting public, you're arrested. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense anymore. It really doesn't. So I've been arrested, double digits now. I've been in court many times too, all for trying to expose. And is that putting me off? Nope. No one should be intimidated by a legal system that's on the side of animal abuse. They really should not. So we're walking back to where the slaughter truck is. Okay, and he's turning out. So I think he's going to turn this way first. So what we're watching is a slaughterhouse truck full of cows who'd parked just to get away from our cameras. And the slaughterhouse is down the road. He's turning out to get ready to go inside the slaughterhouse. I should have filmed his face. He's basically swearing at me. And now he's holding up traffic. You see all the awkward maneuvering they're having to do just to keep away from us? Meanwhile, the sentient beings inside there. Now he's holding up both lanes of traffic. Yep, both lanes of traffic. Guy doesn't know how to drive, as well as know how to take a job which involves not killing animals. Yeah, I worked in government for decades. I worked for a children's ministry where it was all about helping people rather than killing. I made sure when I came to Canada from England that I took up an industry where I didn't have to harm people. People can have like a million other types of jobs where they're not part of an industry that is based on lies. Huh. Joey's calling me a sponge. That's so funny. I don't take money from anyone. Good point, Ms. Teaspoon. Joey is a leech on our tax dollars, taking the subsidies, which could be used to better the world instead of creating a killing machine. Joey could be signing up for Veganuary and improving the planet for others instead of buying into the industry lies where animals are deemed to be food. Someone like myself who's worked in government in a good job for many, many years and has taken early retirement. Like, people have no clue. And we have a nurse here who's head of oncology in a hospital. I would love to buy the cattle and take them home and care for them. We know that's not something that is feasible. I have been involved in rescuing cows. I was involved in 2 male calves being basically given away because they're excess and not needed by industry. That's the dairy industry. So they were basically being thrown away. We gave, what, $5 a piece? That's all their life was worth. Joey's still saying, oh, you're a sponge. You know, taking early retirement and paying for your own life and doing something good with your life on the time that you have on this world is, you know, being compassionate and wanting to educate the masses and doing something good, as do all these people, many of whom will take time off in their busy work days to come and bear witness. Yes, Joey's looking like a tool. I'm not into, you know, shouting insults at people. I'm really not. I'm all about educating. I'll raise my voice, but at the same time, I just want people to understand massive lobby groups from animal ag come to government and persuade them to keep on subsidizing your tax dollars to industries that belonged in the Dark Ages. You can hear them fighting in the truck, the cows, knocking on the sides. We often see them arriving, pouring blood with injuries. Oh, the guy's got a prod. Let's take a look and see what's going on. He's banging on the side of the truck as if they're not terrified enough arriving at a slaughterhouse. He has to actually physically attack the side of the truck to try to get them to leave. Exactly, they're scaring the cows. He just came out with his electric prod. It suggests that there's a downed cow inside. Again, what you're not getting on this live stream is the horrendous stench. And you know, this is in Toronto. David, who was just raising his voice, was an inspector. Again, he had a good job. He was an inspector, CFIA, which is a government agency. He's now fighting for animal rights from the inside, from inside our side. He's now doing the right thing. So depressing. Community is like key to getting through something like this. We have our beautifully aware community around us, bearing witness. And honestly, we do see the atrocities here. We really do. I've been vegan now for about 30 odd years. Started in the early 90s. And we really need to educate ourselves. Do your own damn research. Don't buy into the industry lies. Don't buy into the big lobby groups. Or in the USA now, RFK. Yeah, this is in Toronto. We're in Canada right now. Yeah, thanks, Jake. Vegan isn't an opinion. It's based on hard fact, hard knowledge about animals being sentient, about the industry wasting all our tax dollars on something that harms the environment, kills sentient beings, harms workers too. I mean, there's so much in defense of not eating animals, of eating from the plant kingdom. Yeah, Joey needs to come and rescue the cows. He thinks we're being weak by standing outside. You know, it takes a lot of strength to not run in, open the doors. But that would be idiotic, wouldn't it? That would be so damn idiotic, because we're here in an industrial area where they'd get killed on the streets, where they'd get shot at by the police. We're here instead, awakening you to what's going on, awakening you to the fact you've been brainwashed by an industry making money off killing sentient beings. Oh, Joey. Your arguments are so tired. I've heard that like a million times. These animals wouldn't even exist. Don't you think that's okay? I don't want them to exist and end up in a place like this. You seriously think I don't want them to be bred? They're bred into existence through artificial insemination, and then they're taken to a slaughterhouse just so you can have a mere titillation for a few seconds on animal flesh from a sentient being. It's pretty clear. We need animal agriculture to end with the subsidies from governments. The big lobby groups need to be silenced. And then get with the times. Be vegan. Honestly. It's so true. The whole system would collapse without all the subsidies. And if people were really in the know, and if they could really come and see the cows and the pigs arriving for slaughter, then they too would be changing. And some slaughterhouses will open the door and people won't be affected. Why do you think that is? Everything's pristine and they don't let the public see the mistakes. They don't let the public see the animals. They don't let them touch them. They look at the animals like some widgets. They don't explain. I mean, I've been inside the Canadian National Exhibition, and the kids will be in front of the pig display before they cancelled it, and they'll say, oh, how cute. And all it takes is for a vegan, for an animal rights activist to whisper in their ear, oh, don't you think that's cruel? Oh my God, they're going to kill them in a few weeks, in a few months. Did you know they bash their heads to kill them? All that takes is a little whisper in their ear. And then the kids get with the program. I did that. A mother was looking at a baby cow that had been taken from its mother. And there she was saying, oh, look at the animal, isn't that cute? And I whispered in her ear, because you can't be heard by security, unfortunately. I said, don't you think it's so cruel? She's been taken from her mother. And straight away, her attitude changed. And the kid, I remember vividly, the kid looks up at the mother for kind of reassurance, and he could see the concerned look on the mother's face when the truth is revealed. Yeah, you're killing so many other beings just to make animal agriculture a success. There was an interesting stat the other day. You can look at charts when you look at the world and how the mass of animals is like 3% wild animals like tigers, elephants. And then 80 odd percent is farm animals. So we're basically killing the planet, using all the land that could be used to grow plants at a much more efficient rate. We've got masses and masses of crops which are being fed to farm animals and to fish as well, fish farms. And instead, the world could be totally more efficient, growing plants, all the plant protein, healthy, happy. Yeah. Is David still going?
Yeah, but she's like, when you stop.
Oh, okay. So I could leave at any point. Yeah, maybe 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. I'll be closing down in 4 minutes because I think we want to go and go to a vegan restaurant. We're going to go to a vegan restaurant. We're going to celebrate the fact that Veganuary is this January. I'm going to finish with this leaflet that we're going to be distributing around Toronto tomorrow. You can join us if you're local. Nathan Phillips Square. This is the back of the leaflet. We've actually added in the Veganuary Canada Coalition. We've added in Animal Rights Toronto and Wishbone Animal Rights Lab. So sign up for Veganuary, even if it's just to make fun of it, and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zhrong. Support your cause. Thank you so much. I mean, we're just here in a peaceful way to bear witness. We're outside a slaughterhouse in Toronto as part of Project Livestream. We're here to bear witness, to educate people on the horrors which are going on inside, and today to promote Veganuary. Instead of hiding behind the barbed wire and the closed doors, we're opening up industry, even risking our freedom. Maybe I'll live stream from my criminal trial coming up in May, on May 11th in Toronto. Joey is asking, have you guys ever been to a farm? Yes, you can look up Pig Trial 2, Pig Trial 4. I've been in court for going inside pig farms and exposing the horror inside. I'm speaking from experience. I really am. You know, what you see inside and what industry tells you are two completely different things. I've been to like dairy farms too, and you can read books that my friend, Project Animal Farm, she went to stay in a lot of different dairy farmers' places. She had tours of pig farms. She's a beautiful young girl from Pakistan in Canada now, and she went in and she stayed with people and she exposed what the heck was going on, even in the organic system. So Zhrong, no, I ate animals. I used to enjoy bacon. I mean, my family was in the UK. We'd have fry-ups until my late 20s. And then I started reading from a subscription my brother gave me to all about the dairy industry and all about egg industry. And from that, it was a transition, very quick transition, in fact. I became vegan. And that was back in the early 90s. So, yeah, people saying, oh, you think you're upsetting us by saying we eat meat? Well, you know what? I used to too. But now, since 30 years, I'm vegan. And I really just don't get why everyone is hating on the vegans. Yeah, exactly. Old English breakfast, that used to be my thing. Whereas now, I have a new English breakfast. I get the vegan bacon, which even the big meat companies are producing now. When you look at brands like Light Life, seriously, Light Life in Canada at least. And I get the vegan sausage, I fry up the tomatoes, I get a can of baked beans, And yeah, potatoes are my friend. And I make the whole vegan breakfast going. So it's so possible. Alicia's saying, who hardened your heart, Joey? That's the thing. Not just your heart, but your mind. I mean, why are we still supporting an industry that's just broken? Absolutely broken. Okay, so I hear shouting again. I'm going to be closing this live stream, but this is the reality, people. I can still hear the cows on that truck. I can see the truck moving. You probably can't see it in the live stream. Truck to their death in a filthy, filthy truck. And yet here, their own brand says the sign of quality. So I think what's happening here is there's a guy inside the truck now, fighting with the cow to try and get them out. So damn sad. Oh, we have a truck coming. So we're going to stay for a second. Joey's saying the green energy industry. You know what? Funnily enough, China is a country who is really developing their green energy. They're pretty much getting off coal, and they're going instead with green energy. So while countries like the United States are just sadly not doing anything, exactly, Jack. Exactly. Most crops are fed to animals that people think it's okay to eat, the world would be a much kinder place, and it would be so much more efficient as well. No, yeah, we're talking about health as well here. I mean, as a vegan, you can be overweight too. But definitely the health of the population would totally be increased. There'd be so many more, you know, hospital workers who would be freed up from dealing with all the cancers as well. Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Teaspoon. Go follow Ms. Teaspoon. That's Alicia. Amazing lady. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're here in Toronto, in Canada, outside the stench of a slaughterhouse as part of the project Livestream, which is part of It's Mel and Steve. They've created I'm so sorry. Yeah, seriously, we've got the people here saying no better time in history to be a cow. Get with it, get with it. You've got artificial insemination, especially, you know, here in Canada. They talk about being grass-fed. No, they're chained in a bloody cow barn for months at a time. Even in the organic industry, they're shocked by electric to keep them in place. In dairy farms, there's been exposés in Canada showing them beating the animals. The dairy industry rips the calves away from the mothers. And those people who say, oh, you go and hunt, I bet you still visit a supermarket. I mean, come on. The last couple of times I've spoken with people from who say, oh yeah, we go and hunt. You eat beef burgers? You go to McDonald's? Well, you know what? Yes, they do. Go visit a sanctuary. Go visit a cow in a sanctuary. You'll see a completely different story. They have their freedom. They have a comfortable barn to lie down in. They're not chained up to the shit stall and given electric shots so they shit in the right place. Get with the times and be vegan. I mean, that's what it's all about. It really is. So we've got Veganuary happening. We've got people here supporting us. And we're going to be leaving any second now. We're just going to be taking down the signs. I'll get Peter, my husband, to take down the signs. Do you want to start taking down the signs? And then we'll leave. Yeah. Someone's saying, oh, we have leather on our feet. You know, you can basically look at all. Well, look at the feet. Let's look at the feet.
Oh my God, I have feet.
Oh my God.
Vegans have feet. Vegans have feet, guys.
cover, and we don't
Thank you. We have feet.
we don't cover our feet in other animals. Like, woo!
Agnes, we have feet. Feet.
We have feet, and we all have vegan shoes on. You know, with a bunch of, and you see all the coats not covered in animal skin, bags not leather, hats not leather. And all this nonsense about, you know, meat being healthy. Honestly, I feel nothing is bad in moderation. Nothing is bad. You can eat anything. However, why eat animals when we don't need to? You can look at all the healthy, happy vegans. You can look online. You can look up, you know, all the bodybuilders, all the weightlifters, all the endurance athletes. You know, the whole vegan lifestyle is massively impactful and beneficial to people in all walks of life. You don't need Chewy, you're providing me with all sorts to reply to. Thank you so much. Tasty smoky meat. Well, you know what? No, it's not attractive at all now, because as soon as I hear, you know, people having a barbecue and smoking up all the meat, then I just think back to the victim, and I can happily get my Beyond Burger and happily get, you know, like a baked potato and an onion and put it on the barbecue. So I'm quite happy, thank you. I'm never tempted by the smell of animals. So we're talking about micro life here from Faith Fish Hunt. You know, most of the fish now is produced by this massive fishing industry. And the fishing industry, for example, on fish farms, rely on animals being destroyed. It's a cycle of destruction and pollution, it really is. It's a cycle of death. And so many more animals would be saved on a micro level by not using all the land that's used for inefficient crop growing that then goes towards feeding the farm industry. So exactly, agriculture is an absolute crock. Yes, it's called real life. Being vegan is called real life too. So all you need to do, Mr. Joey, is watch all the videos online of the mother cow screaming after her baby has been taken away. And honestly, I've read detailed research arguments about this. It's just like a human mother. Some human mothers really don't care too much about the baby. Some are bonded really well. It's the same with the dairy system as well, with dairy mothers. Some are really bonded, and they're crying out for days when they've had their baby taken away. Others are not quite as bothered. I mean, it's just bloody science. Seriously. Well, thank you. Chickens are not dumb, though. If you look on my Instagram page, jenny.ar.mcqueen, you'll see that I've rescued chickens. They're just like cats and dogs. The latest rescued chicken a few months back, I thought it was a little she, turned out to be a little he, a little rooster, but he's on my knee. He started to trust me, closes his eyes, and I'm stroking him just like a dog or a cat. So, you know, what's the difference? All animals are sentient. So no animal is dumb. They might not have human intelligence, but they're certainly not dumb. You know, you look around the natural world and you see squirrels making nests at the top of trees. Like, where does that innate intelligence come from? Okay, we're saying cheerio to Sharina and Agnes, two amazing individuals. Bye. Oh dear. Whatever the clever comeback, honestly. I'm trying to respect everyone here, but I've heard it all before. You need your hearts opened to the fact that animals are sentient beings. They feel fear and pain. Maybe not in the same way as us, but it's a known fact that science is now catching up with.
Okay. Okay, see you guys.
There you go. I'm still on live and I'm getting such a silly conversation now with people who are joining, you know, the usual tired tropes that we...
like shoot people and plant people.
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
is wrong with them?
So if you don't know David, check out his live streams. 40-year-old vegan. Yeah, Drong is saying what we can't eat. List them out. Oh, you know what? The only thing that we can't eat from a moral basis is anything from an animal. Fluids, fur, skin, flesh. And it's not that we can't. Like, anyone can eat that stuff. Honestly, we choose not to. We just choose not to. And there's so much that you can eat. You know, all the plants in the kingdom, all the spices, all the herbs, tofu, tempeh, even, you know, all the air quote fake meats. So, yeah. Yeah, Joey wants me to go in jail. I've been inside places and I've rescued animals and I've ended up in court. And you know what? Finding homes for these animals is an impossible thing. We need the industry to stop. We need things to close down. Exactly. David's got another one. Please don't hurt me. Okay, I know the conversation is kind of ongoing, but yeah, I'm going to close this down. So I'm going to say thank you for joining. Thank you for sticking with us. And find it in your heart to stop eating animals. Thank you. I'm signing off. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.